And welcome back to another live stream on the twitch.tv/the Xisuma, playing on the create server, which will probably look a little bit different today. A little more larger, more expansive, more glorious. That's because I got on a mod that sort of increases the render distance to some extent. Plus, we've also expanded the world border. It used to be just behind this building here, and we got together as a group and planned out what we're going to do in this new area. There's some fantastic biomes over here, and we're going to be building our way into it, as well as starting a little PvP project as well. Lucaro, Armored Monkey, Curls of Doom, and Dev Chimera, thank you for the bananas in chat, letting me know that we're live. That is much appreciated. For all the peeps watching on the second channel, I guess we'll jump right in and explain what's going on, and then I'll probably have to repeat myself a couple of times throughout the stream. So, as I had mentioned previously, this was like a project with a theme, right? An area that we've been trying to get somewhat complete, and it is mostly complete now, and we can of course still come over here and work on this and do what we want with this industrial project. But yeah, it's mostly finished, and so we create a train track going to a new area. Looks like the bridge here has been expanded. It's been widened. There's now a footpath and another train track going off over here. In fact, it's a double train track, and that will lead us to past the mysterious vault. I got my zoom key fixed. It will lead us over to this glorious new area, which you can see is loaded thanks to that mod that I was just talking about. We can see further back into the area over there. I think my render distance is 24. Oh, interesting. We get about 70 FPS. I was testing it yesterday and we were getting 80 when it was at 32. Maybe it doesn't really impact the FPS that much. Anyway, I decided to turn it down. Didn't realise you were in creative, says Ultimate Muncher. How did you think I was flying around? We've played the entire series in creative. That's kind of the point of it. Yeah, so this bridge, by the way, I think this is what I'd like to work on today, is building a bridge across here. Got a nice idea for that. Then we've got these train tracks, which they kind of look awkward the way they curve and stuff, but I think it's just the limitations of how they do curve mean it's kind of tricky to get them to curve precisely how you want. But as you can see, they come all the way up the top here, and they go into this beautiful forest. These wall blocks here were markers, which I guess we no longer need. And then they stop all of a sudden, which is because, can I click on that one, or will I think I'll break the rail there. It's because it's almost arrived at its destination, which is going to be Cogwarts, aka Hogwarts. So we're going to have a giant Hogwarts build in this spot right here. Here you can see the new world border is over at the edge. So when this is finished, we might go and build something down there. Who knows? We're also going to have a train entrance in the side of the mountain. Xisuma, that's amazing, says Bubbly Queen. That comes from someone, not me. Someone came up with that name. There are some create extension packs Shals has covered, that's why I'm asking, says Ultimate Cruncher. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, so I'll tell you what might have looked nicer here is to have this gradient sort of come down and then curve through the mountain space, and then have some like arcs built so it went into the mountain a bit, but I don't think I could modify the tracks in that way. If anyone online is watching and wants to do something like that, then fly over here and I can explain, because this is really steep. So I think what you could do is just have it sort of go to like further back so it's not as steep, and then have the curve go through like just a straight. Someone's over here. Armored Monkey's interested. Yeah, so just picture this curve being like what would you call it? A 90 degree, like a left-hand turn that lines up perfectly with where the rail just goes in a straight line. So it'll go into the mountain, but then we can decorate that and give it like an overhang effect, put some structure in it. So it'll essentially line up with this, and then this won't have as steep a gradient. In turn, it probably makes sense to just lower the tracks around here anyway, so then we get less of this crazy steepness going on. So those are just some of the ideas there, Armored Monkey. Let's see, like you got it at this height, which is 144, so like quite easily you could start the rail down at 144. Which happens to be there. So like at that height. And then based on, you know, how much of a curve you need over there, it could come down to around here somewhere or whatever in a straight line. That I think would look much better. And yeah, I'm going to come back to that and work on this rail today. I've got a real itch for it. It was like after we all sort of planned out some ideas, the one thing I had stuck in my head was kind of like, oh, this arc. I'll also tell you what the yellow wall is for. There's going to be an area here full of paths and pretty builds and gardens and things just hanging off the mountain, and that'll sort of connect up that area. We might then end up doing something similar on this side with a pristine build palette. I was talking about we could have like towers made of quartz with like prismarine or gold like decor attached to them. So lots of potential. Just the main focus is those. We've got a rail line connecting to Cogwarts, and we make the journey nice and pretty. And of course the terrain generation does a lot of that for us. This area is already pretty incredible. I think the one thing it could do with less of are these just random white terracotta blocks. They always just stick out. I might actually go around and change them to a different block at some point. Oh, you guys are on Fabric too, says Smelly Pengu. We are indeed on the Fabric. We also had a noise in the ear, which I totally didn't hear. The Cheese Eater, thank you for 3 months. Appreciate it, my dude. Appreciate it. And I've just turned up the volume in my ear. I can actually hear the music that's playing now. So something was up with that. Yeah, here's another patch where like the steep rail slopes, they do break the illusion a little bit. Obviously, rails IRL can't be that steep. Right, so there's one more new project to tell you about. I want to join, but I am pants at building, says Night Elf. Well, consider it an opportunity to learn. You know, I can say I'm pants at building, but what I've learned is that you just have to put time and effort into it and take the time to learn techniques. And there's a wonderful community here of people building together. And there's no shortage of inspiration or things to be done. So don't be shy if you want to play. It's an opportunity to learn. So somewhere around the back here, we're going to have this PvP arena underground. So I'm going to switch into this mode. I wonder how steep actual rails can be, says Admiral Memo. Off the top of my head, the number like 5% comes to mind. Like, I think it's as steep as 5% is all that really works IRL. Otherwise, you have to just generate way too much energy to move the train. By the way, we're looking for a ginormous Lush Caves cave, which I think we might have just found. Aha! Found the spot. Okay, excellent. So, let's explain what's going on here. We're going to create... I think I need some night vision. In fact, what I'm going to do is also give me a command block, which did not go into my inventory. That's fine. Why am I black? Oh, yeah, look. That's why I'm see-through-ish. So, if I just go... Oh, do you know what? I'll just type it out again. At player. Radio... Oh, no. So if you're within 5 blocks, you'll get night vision. Of course, you can use a milk bucket to clear it. So yeah, if you want night vision, if you're in the area and it's useful, there you go. Also, I lost my potato cannon. A extremely important part of what we're doing here. So we've got an arena for running around. Like this. I'm trying to run as if I'm on a surface to give you a feel for the scale. And shoot each other with potato cannons. I don't have any potatoes. You can also load it with other things too. Can I load it with apples? I can. And it makes a cool sound. Yeah, so we're going to have an arena. It's got functional train tracks that go through it. Some different buildings nearby. Oh, look at that. That's a cool idea. So, like... Get away from me. Take cover behind the glass wall. Shoot. Very cool. It's going to have mechanical contraptions. What we got going on down here? Some other stuff probably in the works. Isn't this a, yeah. Oh! So you can get flung around the map. And then we got this over here. Dang! Okay, so all the different food types. Damage, reload, knockback. Oh, wow. Okay, let's... Hang on, is that enchanted? Damage 1, reload 100. Is that speed? Is reload higher, speed quicker then? No. Oh, look at that. It's slow. But the damage is less. Cake. Anyway, all the different types of ammunition that work with this gun, which is honestly like a great way to add stuff to food. If this were in vanilla, you would have so much fun with it. Oh wow, look at this. Range, medium, fast, single, multi. Special, sets target on fire, applies poison. Wow. Applies glowing. Teleports target, creates terrain. Hello, griefing gun. Griefing gun? Really? Huh! You can shoot the pumpkins. Wow, okay. I would say places pumpkin might be better there, unless it does more than what I just saw. Slows target, sets target on fire. This is awesome. Like a range of different ammunition to adjust the game. This looks like a pick up your armor station, right? Like, and it's an enchanted one, so Curse of Vanishing. Ah, that's like a re-equip station. So you can just come grab your things, but they got Curse of Vanishing on. Whoops. That's cool. I wonder, Cuplex. For some reason, I've just assumed Cuplex did this. I don't know who did this. Whenever I see a bunch of crate information, I just assume Cuplex did it. One idea is, could you limit the amount of the rate at which items get pulled out of here? Meaning, you could create a natural filter, like a penalty. So, like, if you die quickly, and you keep picking up the items, you have to wait for a new one to come along. Something like that. This is just giving me some ideas along those lines. In fact, I'm going to just explore that a little bit. I really love creating games, and maybe this could be a way for us to explore game creation using the create mod, as it's certainly added some interesting properties. So I know what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of this thing, right? But it's not the same as the andesite funnel. I'm just going to come over here and mess about with this. So we've kept the helmet on it. Cuplex prepared the info indeed. We have it set up so when you die, you lose everything. Yes, because of the enchantments. That's really clever. So this stuff needs to be placed on a belt. Brass filters hook up to redstone. Wireless redstone links could set a delay could work. Interesting ideas there. Interesting ideas. Soldier Rock Carter. Brass funnel, not brass filter. Okay, so I've got an andesite funnel. Ah, I see. I see. So I was going to mess around with having like multiple outputs, which I don't really know why I thought that would be useful. Doesn't sound useful, does it? So we got that, and then you drop it onto the depot. So let's say... Is there like an in or an out function here? Is it any different? Oh, I immediately know what the problem is, actually. So if I come up here and take that, I have to tell this thing, because it's brass, that it needs, yeah, it needs to be that type. Doesn't seem to acknowledge that it is. Maybe it's because I need to just put that in again. And maybe I've got a weird feeling that, like, the arrows... There you go. Okay. Now, how does that interact with redstone? I'm guessing maybe the andesite type doesn't. But we'll try and learn. So you've got to hit this thing with a wrench for it to pull out. Okay. So they're both capable of putting them there. Now let's see what happens with the... what's it called? Redstone wireless link. Link controller. There's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of stuff to get through. By the way, we had a noise in the air. Salsa Reno, thank you for 2 months of support. Happy Tuesday, have a fun stream. It's definitely going to be a fun stream, there's no doubt about it. And I got a hot cup of tea here. Oh my god, we've been streaming for 16 minutes. It's not hot. I honestly would have said 5 minutes. If you had asked me. Oh my, the fly times by, doesn't it? Oh, that's what I was saying. Brass filters andesite doesn't. Yes, yes, we are seeing that. Now, as for this thing working with a redstone link, do these things get locked by redstone first of all? See, now it's redstone activated, as is that one. So let's go ahead. Looks to me like you might not need the brass one, it might just work with this. Yeah, so you just need a timer to power this thing. Let's go ahead and put a block next door to it. So can it be done like that, or does it need? Doesn't need to be direct. Is it me, or is it slightly brighter if it's direct? No. Okay, so we're going to have something next to it. So then, what's going to be our clock mechanism? Does create introduce any type of clock or clock-like mechanism? Timer, maybe? What redstone components does it have? The flies by time, says Puppy Queen, yeah. The flies time by. When funnels are powered, it pauses its action, says Cuplex. Yes. Yes, so now we need something to set off a redstone signal every so often. I've got a feeling you could probably do it with just a couple of simple things running off of an engine. Okay, so if we have an engine, a creative motor, we can set the speed to be slow. Windmill bearing, mechanical bearing, clockwork bearing, sticky mechanical piston. I think this is what we want to do. So now these things make power when they contact one another. Don't have a wrench for rotating. Assuming that's what it'll do. Aha. So that creates like a redstone pulse signal. And then the redstone gets pulled from the block. So that would be our locked state. I've got a feeling I'm going to want to invert this because it's going to be detached most of the time, I think is the experience. Yeah, there's no movement yet. It might be because it needs that. So now it's detached most of the time. The thing is, it has to rotate backwards, right? To pull it back. So now we need some other thing that goes back and forth. I don't know what that is, but I know there'll be something for it. Because we did something that had a bit of a sequence to it. If you scroll down, there are some redstone bits added by the Create mod. A pulse extender compressed down to a single repeater. Hello. powered toggled latch, powered latch, pulse extender, pulse repeater. We are still in the process though of just trying to create a pulse. Pulse repeater helps. Pulse repeater, let's think about that. Let's ponder it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Wait, but it repeats, right? Because it's a pulse repeater. So once it makes a signal, it comes back, right? Let's give that a try. That could be immensely compact. Now, we will still need this thing to be inverted. So it might just be a little better to do this a different way around. It would appear it doesn't repeat. Ah. So that just creates a delay from when this thing is turned on. Is it because I changed it that it went again? It's just a glorified delay. You still need a loop of redstone. Well, in that extent, that means we need to find something else in this mod to create the loop. Anyone got a suggestion on what to use? Because we used something a while back where we programmed a sequence of events. We just need to like flip the rotation. I haven't really had much well, let's ponder this thing and see if it gives us a hint. Like, what's this thing here? So yeah, that's just on and off to go back and forth. If we create a redstone circuit that goes on and off, we're essentially just sort of repeating the process. Sequenced gear shift. Thank you for the suggestion. Let's check it out. Sequenced gear shift. Ooh. Right, so you give that thing a signal and then you control its actions. And again though, is this going to just rely on a pulse? We need to not rely on a pulse. We're trying to create a pulse. So we want something that will run itself on a loop. Which I'm not sure this thing will do. Because it ends, right? Unless there's like go back to the beginning, it ends. So how do you automatically... Because if you just create a redstone clock to go back and forth with something physical, then you may as well just use a In fact, on that note, can't we just use pulse repeaters? Okay, I'm going to go back to having this. Let's see. The thing with this is that you might need to activate it in order to get it started. Maybe not. Let's set this one to like 2 seconds. Okay, piece of redstone there. So yeah, you might have a bit of trouble activating it is the only issue. Yeah, now it's active, but like, will it be active by default? There you go. So the timing of these will give that to you. The only issue is I don't think it's on by default. If we attach this back here, that might make it so it's on by default, like no matter what. Yeah, that appears to be on by default now. So like every 8 seconds, although you'd probably adjust it so you only get it on the one. So like, let's put this down to super small, and then you just, you know, this thing says every 10 seconds, it's gonna pulse. Yeah. Hopefully, like when you load a world, that'll just work. So if you come over here and it's and you take one, right, you don't get another one until a little while later. But you can only ever hold one at a time. So that, I mean, maybe we'll use this mechanic in this contraption. That'll be my one contribution. I did redstone, peeps. I still haven't messed around with these things, have I? Where's the old wrench? I bet if you ponder this, it'll tell you what to do. So when it's powered by redstone, it displays the strength. How do you get it to do letters? Oh, name tags? Interesting. So if we grab an anvil and a name tag, we're just having fun exploring what's in the mod pack today. That's all we're doing. Oh, I'm so creative. Hello! Hello, world! Oh my god, that's such a great thing. That's such a great thing to put into this. How did you think of that, X? I've never heard of anyone doing that. Oh, it's got the signal strength from over there. Oh, it's smart enough to know that I've already got a few before it and ones after it. Well, ain't that something? Oh man, I'm really stoked. You know, I've talked about it several times that Minecraft maybe needs like lettering that is the size of a block. This is actually really nice, like 2 letters per block. It's really cool. I'm really feeling the itch now to do some game design in Create, especially with all of this. I think that could be immensely fun. And up here, well, I don't know what this is. This is a respawn thing. Oh my god. Okay, so it looks like it's almost aligned to like drop you down there. That's a respawn chamber, right? So player spawns. Oh, right. Okay. Player respawns at their bed. Gets a bunch of stuff. Gets equipped. And then gets chucked to the middle. Wow, okay. Hey, look, that might just mean that this isn't relevant to the game design anymore. That's fine. Dang. Oh, my mind is a swirl with ideas now. I was just thinking back to the cube control project that I wanted to do. Like, maybe we should make, like, Cube Control Create Edition or something. I love watching people do redstone because I get ideas and I suck at redstone, to be honest, is crazy beer. Don't tell yourself you suck. Tell yourself you're still trying and just keep trying. Like, you saw how long it took me to figure this out down here. Just enjoy that journey. Just enjoy trial and error. When you fail, it's an opportunity to learn. Like, oh, I tried this thing and it didn't work. But the thing that you made with the redstone probably did something different. It just did, you know, the thing, it didn't quite do the thing you wanted it to. Okay, we're getting some more tech over here now. Iron ingot? Maybe that's a placeholder. Is it like a currency? Oh look, I've got edit mode on. We can actually turn that off. Oh, I also have like an additional mod somewhere. Yes, this is new. This is new today. What are we here for? Immediate distractions. I never configured this thing. X offset. I do want to adjust the, like have a little bit of a border up there. I think X was the wrong Okay, just madly distracting myself over and over again. Let's get in here. I think that would have nudged it left or right, so let's just go over here. You need like a... Oh wait, hold F1 to preview tooltip. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Scale. Let's try 0.75. Yeah, that's nice now. Background alpha. Let's try 50 there. Theme vanilla dark. Yes, dark mode. Mod name. Oh, look at the stuff it gives you control over, right? I don't think I want to modify anything more. I just noticed that and I was like, oh yeah, this is a thing that I wanted to change at some point. Interesting. Yeah, I think all that's good. Done. The thing we were trying to edit was this one, to turn off edit mode. So when we open containers, we don't see that stuff. What are we doing now? This might be like a death counter over here or something. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like, that's your inventory? Don't believe me? There it is. So if you have an empty space, you can grab from your hotbar pretty swiftly. Yeah, let's look at some blocks. Yeah, that's much nicer at the top of the screen now, isn't it? Less intrusive. Love doing little tweaks like that. Making the environment nice and sweet. This is so cool. I'm loving this project. I'm not really sure if I can chip in and help much at the moment. I know that there's building that needs to be done, but there's a layout to be designed, and we've seen some amazing redstone here at the beginning of the stream. And I gotta say, I've been heavily inspired now. Let's take a minute to talk like mental health and stuff like that, which I've been talking about a lot lately on stream. I'm getting to this like conclusive point that I spread myself out too much, and that what I need to do is like hone in on specific things I want to do more and really enjoy them. And I did not know these connect. In order to do that, I'm going to have to like unshackle myself from this mindset of like constantly creating content. I think in the new year I'm going to like slow down a lot of what I do and just focus on individual projects to be really passionate about and like explore better and enjoy better and stop being like on a treadmill of content. And game design is one that really tickles my fancy in that direction. Like, it really feels like that will be good for my mind. It's like an open-ended puzzle, and I love puzzles. I love getting stuck into something. And I've been thinking so much about the cube control game, and maybe building it in Create would be just an amazing way to like tie multiple things together, like my interest in Create, my interest in game design, and then enjoy that process. So I'm kind of like, I'm waiting to have more downtime in which just to really feel my way through things, but I'm thinking I'll probably write myself a sort of plan, if you like, something I have to adhere to, where it's like, limit yourself here, limit yourself there, and this is your priority. And then see how that helps moving forward. Oh, and who helped over here? Was it Armored Monkey? Thank you for doing this. I have a question. This bit, can it be like one slope from here to here? I'm going to guess the answer is actually no, because I think there's a limit on how far it goes. But this is, yeah, you got the right idea here. I can see the measurements coming in. That's kind of what I was thinking. So, in order to build this bridge, let's step away from it a little bit, and let's start to build a block palette for what goes underneath the tracks and what's alongside the tracks. We have seen that there are some very cool blocks in this mod pack. And I think gravel. And where's that rocky stuff? Oh, it's right there. Rocky dirt. I like this texture. It's a little bit bold, I think. But it helps mix gravel. The slope would be too long to make it smooth. I'm going to try and smooth it out a bit more. Thank you for your efforts, dude. I understand that there's limitations here that are just making it like that. That's cool. Appreciate it. Good idea to write a plan. Mental health is so important and can affect everything, says Sal Sereno. It really does. Mental health is hugely important. I've just gone through a long period of like listening and sort of holding the ideas in my head, but like never being too focused on like writing something down to look at over and over again. But I really feel like I want to change that a little bit now. I'm just coming back to look at the other texture combinations that I know I've seen and pick up a few blocks, and then find a balance that we like. If you want to start using effortless building, hold a block and press left to select a brush type. Oh yeah, we saw that in the options menu and then didn't get too deep into it. Yeah, we'll have to get into that. I can't. My brain keeps ticking over to cube control and create. The idea of it, seeing all of those different effects that the potatoes do, I'd really like to like exploit that and find interesting ways of creating some fun experiences. We got something kind of cool there. I think I might try. Might try and use wool and do some advanced world edit stuff to make what we got going on here a little more interesting, which will probably make more sense when we're actually when you'll actually see what is in my head, because I don't think my words explain it particularly well. That was another one that was used, but I think we'll go with this one, or something potentially more cobbly or darker. I don't think there is a cobbly equivalent. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna try and like blend a few things together here and there on this bridge. I've got an idea. Like, we're gonna try and tell a story with the way that we lay our textures out. Now, we're gonna need like a placeholder block. We're gonna need several actually. So let's go grab some brown wool. That'll be one of them. And I think I'm going to... I'm not really sure where this actually starts and ends yet. We'll probably end up modifying a lot of this as we go. So I think I'm going to just stick with the stuff that's here. I'm going to... Actually, yeah, we'll leave the lime sort of where it is. Okay, I'm going to have to come out here. Am I going to lower it by 1? Yes. We're going to shift our region by 1, and then we're going to set brown wool. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Then we can leave these markers here for now. That's all I need at this point in time. So this game, man, I keep thinking like the way you interact with blocks. I need like a hotbar swapper, right? To just quickly shift. I wonder if there's one on fabric. Hotbar swapper fabric. Hotbar switcher. Just so, that's all I want it to do is switch the hotbar now. There does appear to be one. I might just install a mod and go for it while we're playing here. Oh, this actually doesn't look like it does. I used one in my mod showcase video. It only switches like one pillar at a time, one block at a time, so that's not what I want. Hotbar cycle. Anyway, the reason I'm thinking of this is because I kind of want a bunch of pallet blocks available using wool. Yeah, okay, I found the one that I used in the showcase video. This looks like so much more like the one. Just going to download it and launch it. Mm-hmm. There it goes. Just drag that into create. Hope it works. Fingers crossed. And then launch a new create as well. I think Quark has one to say indeed some milk. I was looking for a mod that just does the one function that I want, because otherwise you get the baggage of all the extra things that come along with it. So, this is going to be our block palette for what we're going to create next, which we'll do using wall blocks. We'll go for white, like this. So we're going to have a transition of 4 different gradients. And then we're going to use other wall blocks and stuff as components too. Okay. Let's see how... That looks so seamless. Oh, no, 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 it's gone black. Will it catch up? It should... There you go. Okay, that was not seamless. I was hoping that would be seamless. So now if we go into the mod menu and we look for a new mod, here it is. Then we'll have 2 keys. Play cycle sounds. We don't need that. Reverse cycle direction. No. Enable and hold. Enable rows 1 to 3. Yes. Enable. I think I'll ditch using columns. Oh, this is more configuration, but I'll do that. We probably have to go into keybinds in order to grab this new mod. So, item swapper we want to stay as Q. Mod menu isn't bound. Raised really doesn't need to be have anything at all. Hotbar cycle H and J. I feel like we're not going to do slot, but can I do B? Nope. Okay, V is free. That's awesome. And then we got free cam, control player. I probably don't need to do that, but the X is good. Create has a couple of things. Right, all of that not being bound is fine. We got zoom going on. We're missing something here. So I'm gonna guess, or is it effort? I think this is the mod. Open modifier menu, show radial menu, toggle quick replace. Okay, so let's say we go... Oops. Press the wrong... This doesn't support... Okay, I've got a mod in here that's... Oh, maybe I put it on the other one. I've got a mod on Hermitcraft that lets you have more hotkey control. I think I'm just going to throw that on. So in the background, I'm grabbing this mod, which is called... It's got something to do with hotkeys. Amex? Is that what it's called? I think that's the library it relies on. Too many binds. I've got a feeling I need both of those mods. So I'm going to bring them over to create. And I'm going to launch create again and do my seamless little transition. Which was very unseamless. Holocall official says editor cut that out. What am I cutting out? I don't know how you have so many keys that you can use for all of these. Holocall, I want to find, like, I keep playing this game and thinking in terms of solutions. I've been looking at World Edit and thinking we can do this better. And I've been looking at hotkeys and I've been thinking the same thing. Like, this is mad. Like, you don't remember all of this stuff. What you want is a quick way to access the thing that you're interacting with. Like, it could... A lot of hotkeys you use so little that you don't really need them as a hotkey, but you want to reflexively be able to access them. Also, I might have undid some of the changes that I made by launching a new profile. So when we go back into here, it'll catch up. The system will show it in a second. We might have just lost the key. Yeah, look at that. So now we've got a search up the top here. Okay. Not really using those. They're good. They're Mojang's little system. They are good. You can put in an alternative key to escape. Is this new? No, it's not. Bind launcher. Too many binds. I think I put in the wrong mods. I think all I needed was Amex, but we'll press H and you'll see what I'm talking about. Maybe Amex was something different. Amex skin layer. I don't know. Yes, so we've lost this, but what we should be able to do is go Alt Q. There you go. So now I've combined those two together. But that's the building one, so I think I'm just gonna go with G, and then modifier can be Alt G. This is the one right here. So we're not gonna cycle slot. How do I leave it as not bound? Like that. Press and escape. So this one, I'm going to do that. So it's the same as item swapper. Okay, and we didn't change anything else. So now, if I hold down Alt and press Q, doesn't work. But that does. So why did that not work then? That's a bit of a shame. It's a bit of a bummer. Did I press G? No, that's the other mod. We haven't investigated that one yet. It is definitely Alt and Q, yet it doesn't work. Slot or hotbar? It was definitely a hotbar. Maybe in the mod menu, I messed something up. What is this thing? Amex. A lot of keybind. Oh, it is the dependency that we needed. So it's this one right here. Enable rows, and maybe I goofed when I did this. Maybe that's the problem. So we'll leave it. Whoa. Save and quit. We'll leave it like that, and now we'll try. Yes, there we go. Right. So now, what I can do is keep this thing way more organized. And we're going to try and use our inventory much more dynamically now. Oh, that's really nice, that hotkey as well. Just putting your thumb. My thumb is already on top of like Alt. So in this hotbar, we have these textures ready to go. And then I just swap around by pressing Alt and Q. It'd be cool if you could see what I was doing on my hotbar. So now when I want to use new blocks, I just need to remember, let's keep these tidy. And let's, you know, keep it tidy, I guess. Try and use this inventory a lot smarter. Right, now the other thing that we had was G, and we also have Alt G now. Okay, so that's an options menu, so that's not too obvious. Sphere, cylinder, circle, slope floor, diagonal wall, diagonal line, cube floor, wall. Like, I got a question for you right now. I got a question for you. Okay. Like, would this make a good video? Like a power play for Java video? Because I'm thinking, I'm trying to find solutions, and maybe I can present them too. But, like, this sort of hot wheel management, how to set up all your hotkeys, which mods to use. Chat saying yes. Because here I am thinking, I would love to sit down and really figure this stuff out. But it would take a long time. But if I turn it into a video, which I like doing, that could be one of my new scripted ones too. I think I got a project right there. Really dive into how to make these things more powerful. Worth the effort in my opinion, says Colmick. I think it is too. Plus it provides things for other players. I think I've got myself a little project there that I can justify putting a bit of time into. That's nice, because then I can set up some real like power play setups, and then also share them with the hermits. Like, I made myself like this promise a while back with like You know, y'all know I used to be air quotes leader or whatever of Hermitcraft. Like, I always like the term steward because it's like, I didn't create this thing. I don't want to be like a leader who, you know, has the final say or whatever. I'm trying to mediate. I'm trying to be helpful. But I had to change. I had to. It was good for me. It was good for the group that something there changed, and in doing so, I wanted to promise to myself that, like, moving forward, that I would be of service to Hermitcraft. Like, I try to do things through this lens of, like, how can I be most helpful and useful? And so now I do a lot of stuff with, like, I've been helping Beef with his cards, right? Like, I could have left him to his own devices, but I said to Beef, like, hey, we've got all this custom texture stuff. Do you want me to see if we can get you some textures for the cards? So I do things like that. I'm always trying to think, like, how can I be of help? And someone mentions, like, oh, you know, this thing that I'm trying to do, it's really awkward and difficult, or wouldn't it be nice if that was better? And so then I go and chat with, like, someone like Henkel, and I'm like, can we make a mod for this? Can we find a solution here? And I keep, like, trying to think in terms of, like, finding solutions for people's problems and being helpful in that way. And this could be a great opportunity to do something helpful, because everyone wants to play the game a little smarter, right? But it's hard. It's like annoying to figure out what mods will help you with that, or setting up a bunch of hotkeys, right? This again is another great opportunity to find something really useful, you know, create a bunch of useful setups for you know, basically enabling the hermits to be more creative and to get more out of themselves, because we all use building and, like, no, sorry, we don't all use world edit. We don't all use world edit, but we could do so much more if we were using it. I've done something wrong here, haven't I? So if I can make the tools for, like, world edit being easier to access, or, like, I've put in a bunch of useful hotkeys, and, you know, I found a solution for this, I found a solution for that. Like, it can be good for all of you if I, like, create some sort of showcase video, and it can be good for the hermits, and, like, in general, it's just a nice way to find, like, something that you would consider a strength of your own, and then make it palatable to other people too. Right, now, the question here is, do I want to do... Oh, I remember. Was I going to split this up? I had an idea in my head. I think we're not going to split it up. I think I'm actually going to change the spruce here. So I think I'm good to go ahead and actually just remove these rails for now. Over here, I don't know what one's the first one, but I think it's that one. So, like, if I go... I think we're good to do that for a minute. Spruce, wood with white wall. So here's another thing where everything I'm doing right now, this can be so much better. We need to create a mod that interfaces spruce logs, interfaces with this so much better, so you don't sit here and type, right? Okay, I'm getting something. It's spruce planks. What am I about logs? Spruce planks. There we go. You can start by trying out the brush line from the building mod. There is a replace option button on the left of the radial menu. Is that relevant to what I'm doing right now, Cuplex? Is that what you're suggesting? So, what do we have? Single line, something radial? Cylinder, we got undo, we got replace. Start by trying out the line brush from the building mod. Line, okay. Oh. Now, is that assigned? Nice. Oh. Oh. wait. Getting my mods modelled up. No undo there. Do I have to click it? I let go. No undo. Okay. That's interesting. We don't have an undo feature. Disable. Alright, so when I want to go back to normal, I disable. Interesting. Cool. Let's do the next one. So we got that. Probably do a bit here too. Okay, then we got the grey stuff coming in. Oh, you have to enable it for yourself. Do /effortless. Effortless. Xisuma. Enable undo. True. Nice. Okay, so we're going to come in here and obviously modify this a bit. Then we can go back to where we were just doing grey wall, right? And then go all the way back to light grey wall. Do that again. Okay, so that might have been, in the end, maybe a little bit of an overcomplicated way to create the shape that you see right here. I'm also wondering, that looks a little too thick for the whole bridge. I think I'm going to trim this thing down. Like so. I'm going to leave the lime in there for now. Right, and now here's where we have to create some big awkward commands. Like these are not great, but like we need tools in the game to use these commands and make them better. So everything you're seeing right now, you could consider a little bit of a lesson. Tip: when using world edit commands with wall, you can just type the color without wall. Really, Garth? I did not know that. Thanks for that tip. That's pretty cool. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have like the dirt, I think, is gonna be more in the middle. So let's take our hotbar over here. And we're going to have like... put it in the wrong spot, obviously. Oh, and I didn't do the cycle. And apparently I never put those materials. Oops. Okay, wrong key. I never put these ones on. So it's going to be like... oh, black is actually the middle. So like... 2 to 1. Then next to that we'll have 1, 2, 3. Then over here we'll have... Really I want a bigger transition than what I've got as it goes. Maybe what I should do is have it so that we're going to have one type of material on this side and another one over there, and that'll be the transition as a whole. So like, do I want the more dirt stuff over here or the stone stuff? And I think we'll put stone on this side and let's say dirt on that side. So let's reimagine this. Okay, got to use my hotbar swapper. Lovely. Let's reimagine this as a gradient like this now. So I should have used more colors, but it is what it is. We can still work with it. So we're going to have more stone on this side. So basically I need to flip what I was just doing. So we're talking about like that, then 1, 2, 3, Then maybe just coarse dirt. See, cobble mix is so nice with that. And then cobble, gravel, cut andesite. Then we'll have cobble's going to stay, I think, but then we're going to like phase out the. Oh, do you know what? Regular andesite probably mixes a little better than the regular cut. I reckon we could put one more block in here, like smooth out, even smooth out the cobble. Tough, a little bit of tough might go, and probably just stone is what we want to end up with, right? Like our end goal is probably going to be like that. So maybe we come back here and just say that's... No, we've got the same one twice there. See, that one's just a bit too dark. We need something like in between them. Dead coral blocks. Yes, good suggestion. But there's one that works for these way better than the others. I think it's one of these two, so I'm going to grab that one. There's your transition, right? In fact, that's a little darker than the granite, but... Yeah, okay. So initially I might have made a selection that covers the whole bridge, but now that we're changing it up a bit, well, no, we'll have to go to there. So then with the commands, you replace white with, let's see, like 66% coarse. Coarse. There it is, and then 34%. This is where it needs to speed up this game. That is it decorative blocks? Rocky dirt. Uh-huh. First bit goes in. Back here. Light grey is going to be 33% coarse dirt, 54% of that. And then 33% of gravel. Now, the amount of time it's going to take me to do this, you might just argue it was easier to do it manually, but I just kind of wanted to show the process. This maybe is more suitable for a large scale. So then when we get to grey, we're going to change out, let's see, we've still got coarse dirt, still got gravel, but now we want cobblestone. Uh-huh. And then we get to black. Here's where we just make a new selection, I think. So at black, I'm going to come down here to the color. We now have cobble, gravel, and a dead coral. The problem is, which dead coral is it? It's dead fire coral block. Each time I'm basically replacing one of these with a different one. So it's coarse dirt is now dead coral. No, dead fire coral block. Uh-huh. So now we go for grey. And the block that's missing is now gravel, which we will replace with our cut andesite. Uh-huh. Now we're on to light grey. And we replace, let's see, we replace this one with just regular andesite. That's been done. Then we come to white, where we replace this one with stone. Okay, now look at that transition. That's pretty cool, right? You always want to come in here and just be like, see this one? Just gonna throw a couple of those a little further back. Maybe over here, throw a couple of dirt blocks a little further back too. Sometimes throw them forward. Maybe put the occasional bit of cobble up here. And, you know, nice transition. Very fluid, says Bear, isn't it just? Now the next thing we're going to do is start to build some blocks around it. We're going to sort of come up with a look for this thing. So let's go back to our hotbar here and just very carefully swap it to something blank. So now we get to start again, essentially. We want rail bars or like things that break up the top. Maybe, I think we're going to go with wood. I really see us using some wood here. I'd like to go with spruce. This is a little too decorative. Also, the way it puts glass in the middle, it's like, does it have to be glass? That isn't glass. Why are those ones not glass? Because it would be cool if you could just change that. Does this thing have like a shift click change? It would be amazing if that wasn't glass. It doesn't. It's not too obvious that it's glass. Now, with this being, I was picturing like a wooden bridge. I'm not really sure if you can put this stuff on top of it or not. Oh, it also connects upwards, which looks absolutely amazing. Do we get away with it if we use this stuff? Now it becomes more obvious that it's glass. And how does that one look? That's really cool. They make a glass sound when you break it. Even those ones, which don't look like they're glass. Acacia version looks cool. Let's go check it out. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's not glass, but I wasn't picturing on building an orange bridge. I was picturing on building a spruce one with some nice big arc below it. Now it's a good time to use the wall brush. Oh, Cuplex. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, when we get to actually building it, we need to use the brushes. I just want to suss out what I really want to do here. Do I want to... I could even go with something like calcite, right? Really like bright, fantastical white bridge. Could be a little majestic, but because we started with this, it's a little more rustic. And I think spruce is probably the way to go. Do I just work with that, even though it's sort of limited? Brown is just dark orange. Book it as a gradient. I'm not sure we can get away with that. Yeah, but sometimes they're barricades, as Skycast. Let's stroll back. We do have bridges that exist already, so we could take a cue from here and say maybe we don't actually need... Oh, that's really nice with the steel girder. Do we actually need something coming off the side? There are actually other wooden materials I could use on the side. Like, I was thinking back to this. We don't have to do it that way. We don't have to do it that way. We should probably take advantage of this. Does X do guitar stuff in music, or, says Oculux, or what? Don't leave us hanging. Yeah, it's still really wide. I think I might literally put these things this close. The alternative would be to put them like out here by one, right? So that thing stacked could be what we're looking for. Then it's about like what materials do we put directly below it. See, I wanted something a little darker than that, to be honest. Maybe maybe the dark oak, and then use this one as like a bit of texture mix up. You know, you can picture that getting mixed and muddled a little. Yeah, I reckon actually if we do that, the width for this thing is really like bugging me a little bit. It kind of looks a bit too wide for its own good. But maybe we move this over that way. I wonder if you can use move -1. I haven't thought of that before. No, there's no way to like move it to you. That's a bit of a shame. Then down at this level, this block is obviously going to be a real treat. Okay, we're going to need another axe to interact with it. Like, so you can alternate them a little bit or have them like that. So then you're going to have, let's get rid of that, let's get rid of this. Back here we're going to want probably spruce and dark oak planks. Yeah, I think if we just alternate this up a little bit and find a few more details to put into it, that's going to work. So here's what we'll do. We'll replace all the brown wool. With dark oak planks. And we need a percentage. 85%. 15% spruce. Looks about right to me. Let's swap our hotbar so that we can just put some of these blocks back in. What about barrels as the base of the block for them to sit on? Oh, barrels is definitely a nice suggestion, yeah. Move distance back, move it towards you. Oh, okay. Okay, there's a way to do that, that's cool. I think I kind of like that more if it didn't have the stripe on it. But yeah, the occasional one of those would definitely fit in here pretty well. Oh, and then there's gravel above it. Of course there is. Oops. Use the debug stick. It's rather easier looking at a different way. What would I use the debug stick? Oh, right, yeah. For placing that. So I actually think it probably is probably going to look better to do it that way. For one, you can also put it back there. But no, I think that's the way to go. Whoops. Let's go ahead and change the top of this quickly. Seems to be about right, doesn't it? Short by one. Okay, so things that we want to do here. Let's start with the top, like do a pass. So just come in, occasionally change up a couple of these. Not too much though. Maybe have a bit of like a weathered section. Alright, go for the bottom again, just change up one of these. One over there. And then I'm actually going to come in and just occasionally like a little rail is missing. A bit of wear and tear on the bridge. Got to get rid of all this stuff. Klepty Cats, thank you ever so much for your subscription. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Hope you're enjoying the stream. We got 700 peeps watching. Be sure to hit the follow button over in Twitch if you're enjoying yourself. I'm going to switch to standing as I've been sitting for the beginning of this. Have you seen the mod world edit CUI? Says I'm Zed. Yeah, I've been using it and I haven't used it too deeply. I've just used it out of the box, and it definitely needs some like toggle options and stuff, but they might exist. I don't know. Ah, there's another way to add small amounts of detail, is just to rotate these, right? So that changes up some of this a little bit, and I think that will probably do right there. I think there's a bit much here actually. That looks really good so far. Then we just got to flip it and put the same thing on the other side. So what I'm going to do here is then we'll go to the opposite corner and paste it. Nice. And then, you know, you might notice it's sort of the same on both sides, so we'll definitely have to change that up. But I'm not going to get too into it. That's actually quite nice to have a few of those in there too. Okay, then at this level... just need to change a few of these around, really. Looks pretty good. Maybe we don't have as many missing bits over here. Yeah, that makes it just different enough from the other side, I think. Very cool. What's Cuplex doing? Decorative blocks, block state copier. Right, shift, click this block with the item, right click to paste the others. That's weird. Right, shift click. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure, Cuplex. Yeah, I guess we're going to have a divider down the middle here, right, as well. I think I'll just do this bit manually. There's another idea for the randomness about adding in rules. Like if you make it feel like there's planks with a certain little breaker upper every so often, just subtle ways in which the randomness isn't actually quite random and yet can still look good. Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of that stuff now. Let's go ahead and swap our hotbar over. Uh-huh. Right, then through the middle, we'll go for just these on their own. It's just like a partial divider, really. I'd say that's pretty good, wouldn't you agree? And we haven't even put in the train tracks yet. Too far away? Not a problem. Nice. That's looking real good. So the next thing we get to do is think about the underside, right? This is where our shape tools might start to come in nice and handy. Did we use a lot of those barrels? I feel like we didn't actually use a lot. But, oh, I really like this, so it works. So this bridge is going to have one arc or two, says first. Oh, we're going to have one arc. One big arc. And we might just use a building tool for it. Let's go back to our wall blocks. I'm going to start to use this again. Let's have a look at that build tool. So I want to make an arc shape, right? But circle is available, as is cylinder and sphere. So we're going to have to start point, corner, or middle. Might be easier with the middle, filling, hollow. Wow, okay, middle, filling, hollow. I think that's what I want. So we need to know what the middle of the bridge is, but actually we're gonna, oops. Okay. Let's just disable for a second. What we're actually gonna do is just run it from wall to wall, because they've both got flat walls. So, the distance... Oh, I don't have my chat on, so I don't know how long that actually is. Huh. Yeah, wait, that won't tell me either, will it? Do we have, like, a measurement tool? At some point. Okay, so... It is 38 blocks. From side to side. Okay, I'm going to go with 36, because I'm going to leave myself one block. Actually, let's go 34. We're going to leave 2 blocks either side. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This also doesn't have an actual middle. And I might not want to make it like a perfect circle, now I think about it. In fact, this might not be the tool to use, really. Because I want a squash circle. Kasperi, thank you ever so much for 4 months. Missed the 3 months because time zones are awful. It's already 11 PM. No worries, though. I watch the VODs anyway. Have a good stream. Thank you. Glad you enjoy watching the VODs. Appreciate your subscription. Appreciate it ever so much. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we could make like a squashed circle. You know what? Actually, if we use the tool differently, it might work out just fine for us. What did I say? 34? Yeah, no, 16 is 32. So the middle, I think, is these 2 blocks. So what I'm going to do is go back to that build tool. Let's do corner, hollow. So what happens when I go like that? Then what do I do? Because before it created the thing, right? Corner, hollow. Oh, is it because I didn't select a material, perhaps? Let's use a different colour. What's with the block noises? That's not me, is it? What is going on? Okay. I think what I'm going to do is undo. Start again. Do I right click or left? A left click. Circle is flat, not wall. Oh, I understand. Well, all this stuff it's doing right now, it might be because the mod is confused. So therefore, I guess what I'm going to have to do is go... Also, I think I've... Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... So we're still going to have to use a mix of world edit in this thing. Well, all that did was remove some blocks. Dang it. Dang it again. That button. Maybe hollow isn't quite what I thought it was. Dude, what is going on with this thing? That doesn't make much sense either, really. Replace? Maybe it needs to replace the blocks? Nope. Let's disable, let's undo, and let's disable this mod, because it's not helping. One block wide sphere, maybe, says Axel Gamer. I don't know. But I think what we'll do is we'll just create the arc shape from here. And we'll eyeball it. Which is actually, like, quite difficult. See, what I'm doing here isn't really a proper curve, is it? But it doesn't have to be. Arches want to be parabolic instead of circular anyway. It would have looked weird. What's parabolic? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 2. So that looks a little bit more like it, doesn't it? Surely WorldHedit has an ellipse tool selector or something like that, says Lucaro. Yeah, it should do. Oh, wow. Thanks for that picture. I see. Yeah, I see what you're getting at. We could easily make that happen. I was actually going to go for something that was more... had more width. I don't know. I think I'll just go with what's artistic, what feels right artistically speaking. Alright. But yeah, I see what you're getting at now. That feels like it's suitable for a short bridge that goes across like a narrow river. Whereas because we've got quite a wide one, it feels like you wouldn't want it to be too big and open. So like we're going from there to there. Yeah, I really kind of need to do this like up in the sky. I'm now understanding why there was all this up here. You need the space, don't you? Oh, what happened there? It didn't copy it. Wait, did I? Oh, I think I know. I think I know what went wrong there. It didn't like my argument. Yeah, so now we've got a little bit of this to contend with. But let's use this as an opportunity to learn. Now, the thing is, I want to create... not a circle, Like, I want that to be the center of the circle, right? Hollow sphere, hollow cylinder, that's the one. Oh, actually, I think you do this with, like... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, like 18, right? So... maybe stone, just... Nope, that's not it. You might put that number first. Nope. Maybe it wants stone, then it wants 18. There you go. So we could take that shape and sort of flip it. In fact, that right there might be the arc shape that we're looking at. So really, I want to go back to that number 34, I think. What happens if I do that and I go 34? Or is that's surely way too big? We want half of that, right? Yeah, that's definitely way too big. So what did we have before? 18. Still think that's a little on the big side. So now we'll take from here to here. Expand it by, let's just say 20. And then we got to copy, rotate like that. No, wait. I think I've royally messed this up now. Huh. That I can work with, funny enough. Now we're just making like loads of random stuff in the sky. Great. So copy. Now we want to... Actually, no, it's... What axis is it on that needs rotating? Huh! So now we just need to 180 that. Beautiful. Alright, so if I go stand somewhere down here, we might just get this. Oh dear. We might just get this right here, right now. We're gonna come into there. Or maybe there actually. That here. I should mark where I stand when I think I'm off to the side of it by 1 block, so we'll stand here. Wow, we need to come down by... Actually, not 1 block. Yeah, down by 1 block, but we need to use dash A, and we need to be out by 1 more block. So we'll come here, and do that. Oh yeah, this is also... Okay, so 1 more in that direction. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect alignment. I would actually go down by 1 more block, I think. How's that for the arch? Yes. Progress is being made. Sweet, sweet progress. Right. So we've got 2 blocks there. Therefore, we need to, from that bit position, we need to shuffle across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we should see... Very nice. Oh wait, 3 there? Is it 2 on this side or is it 3? It's 2, so we need to go 1 more across. Yerka schmerka. That's one deep canyon, says Quiver. Yeah, it is. How'd you like them apples? Now, how'd you like that, peeps? What are you thinking? You like the arches? I'll never be prepared for sudden Borat voice, says Carl. Sudden Borat voice is best voice. Love that movie. Oops. Every now and then I gotta go rewatch that and just crack up. Borat Suma, oh dear. Okay, now you've troubled me. I was fine with it until Xisuma became a thing. Thanks, Xisuma. It's like that thanks Obama meme. Right, yeah, there's our arches, right? To hold up this fanciful bridge. And we've created a really nice like wooden structure, but there's like a big height difference here. Kind of feels to me like do we raise the terrain up? I think raising the terrain up to it is probably the best way to look at it. It's going to be a bit of work, but we can do it. Maybe not quite as sudden as that. There's quite a few blocks to go here, really, isn't there? Okay, so now with it like that, it's, yeah, a bit more convincing. Maybe just a little bit of it comes away at the back here, that kind of thing, right? Yeah, I think it's quite important that the terrain actually rises up to meet the tracks. And obviously I think my initial estimate of where to start is a bit off. So we go something like that now. I think that's going to work. That feels so much better looking at it like that, I got to admit. However, obviously, the sort of setup that we got here, like with these materials, needs to continue. Like around this corner. And I'm not quite sure quite how that's going to look. But I think once you get to this level, you want to do something a little different here. Let's see if we can't change that. Oh look, I haven't been using my hotbars properly. There we go. Oh yeah, it doesn't quite work the way I want. Got to do that each time. Like control middle click? No, it doesn't work. Oh wait, do I need to do that? See, I feel like maybe it makes sense to have a bit of a material transition somewhere around here for this thing. But it certainly shows that we can line it up in a way where it looks and feels right. Now, we've got to change this stone. That's for sure. Let's just get right above this and grab that area and just replace stone with... let's go with brown wool, just so we got the colour right. Because I would like to do something like that. Is it wrong to have Xisuma on background while studying, says Lord MC Bucket. You know, I would say, you know, focus on your studies. Give it your full attention. But, you know, put some ambient music in the background. But if it's me... Now, obviously, I like that, but it might not be the best thing for your studies. Not sure if you've seen it. I posted some bridge reference images of train in the Alps. Yeah, I saw those. Those are really cool. Like, around here is where we'll probably do something like build some arches that kind of hold up the terrain above. It's going to be cool. We've got some floaty stuff over here as well that looks a bit odd. Okay, so I want those materials. In fact, I'm gonna modify this a little bit. just feels to me like it should be in that way by 1. As it should here. So that's going to be our big material. By big material I mean, wow, that was just not the right choice of words. That's going to be our big arches, and we need to figure out what material they're going to be built out of. Chat, do you have any suggestions? Because I'm very much erring on the side of spruce. But we do need contrasting elements here and there. I like the idea of using shafts here as like oh, you would place that way, wouldn't you? Like having loads of spokes going up. Rebar infused concrete. That's not a thing, is it? What are you on about, rebar infused concrete? Mangrove. Lo-Fi Kai. Thank you ever so much for your Amazon Prime subscription. Appreciate it. Thank you for using that on me. Peeps, if you did not know, you can use the Amazon Prime to subscribe. And thank you if you choose to do so. So, like, probably not that material, actually, but... which one do we want here? God, I really want the 1.19 here. Mangrove wood. So, like, if we go ahead and replace mangrove wood, got that the wrong way around. That's actually really nice. The problem is it needs a complementing slab and stair combo, which might just be dark oak again. You really don't want something too contrasty here. Maybe actually, I don't... Ooh. Would that work? Because I don't want something... Oh, hang on. Well, maybe we just go with scorch here and see if it feels wooden enough, right? Like, I want it to feel wooden. Okay, that ain't right. What's this stuff called again? Cut scoria. Scoria! Cut scorchia. There it is, scoria. See, do we get away with that? Does it look wooden enough? What do you think, peeps? What about just straight steel beams? I really wanted to do the arc thing here. I do like the idea of using steel beams at some point. Okay, before we get carried away with that, so like let's say we just pick spruce because we know we got them slabs and them stairs, right? Which I'm struggling to locate, funny enough. Maybe they just don't actually look as good as I thought they might, right? Andesite casing. Interesting. Interesting suggestion. I could see that working if we connect the textures up, right? Like if we come in here and... adds a little metal to it as well, which I think gives it a bit of like authenticity. That's good, apparently. Some of you like that. Something you like that. I think one of its problems is it looks very thin and frail at the moment. What about girders? Are girders a thing? Metal girders are. I wonder if putting in like the occasional slab here might help too. It's on the outside and it's that different material. Like, what's the most like that material in this mod? Possibly that. Nah, it doesn't quite match. Hey, the one, the only, Gizmos, 33 months, saying Shishwambam, been loving the VODs of these streams. Happy to finally catch one online. Good to have you with us, my dude. I hope you're enjoying it. This project has been a lot of fun. I have, yeah, really enjoyed playing it in creative mode and just really getting to the heart of building and contraptioning. I think what we need to do is like find that spot that is... It's really hard to see it, but I think it's here. It's definitely there, but it's just like awkward to take it to the next bit without it being too bulky. It looks much better when it's too thick. This thing also, I think it needs like width and depth that I'm just not seeing how to like add in. I am thinking of a particular block though. Like, let's try just a couple of things here. What happens when we put these in between? Because they're gonna like connect with the ceiling. Ugh. I mean, that really does give it a nice vibe. Just shame about the window element. But then if we go and throw in like a bold different colour, it's not quite going to have the same feel. That actually looks really nice. It's just the wrong colour. Right? If that were brown, that would be perfect. Should the arches also have support when they touch the cliffs? Absolutely. I wanted to put in some stuff around there. I kind of felt like this would be a little easier than it has been. I've got like a picture in my mind's eye, but we're not finding the right blocks to pull it all together, I guess. Whoops. I think I'm just going to proceed with this because it's working for the time being. See, that looks terrific. The stack thing sort of broke here. It's a shame about it being... What about some regular old fences? Dang! Dang, I feel like I'm being called out here. X, just use fences, you Wally. That's probably going to work wonderfully well. I would like to use a different texture. We've also got like what we used above, so let's say we go to this thing, right? Like, that's probably going to look real good in here. And then we can do the thing where we change the occasional one for some detail and stuff. Well, that's about 10 times better immediately, if you ask me. It's going to look good along the back here, like all through this space, right? If you miss, it changes. Okay, that is really nice, actually. That's a big, big improvement. What I will note, though, is that we put these on the inside, I think. It's lost a fair bit of that curve kind of charm to it, but I think for the most part it's good. Yeah, no, we're missing some blocks here. So now it looks more sort of equal from side to side. And I'd probably do away with these long pillars at some point, but yeah. Okay, so we're getting something there. Didn't I have this idea of like using shafts? I think that's gone. I think now what you might do is something like this. And then have that kind of extend to the midpoint, perhaps. I think it's 5 blocks across the middle, yeah, so something like that. Now that looks real good, actually. That's a big improvement. We're really getting some shape together now. I'm actually really stoked with that. Like, that alone, I think you could get away with as being sort of like the bare minimum of details that you need. Every time I look at this, though, it feels wrong. And then we need something in the wall to sort of signify that it's been connected. I really like the idea of using these stone pillars somewhere. I don't know, they don't look like they make a lot of sense. Right. One thing that might help is the texture being subtly changed. Kind of looks like it goes into the wall a little more. I'm wondering if brass casing would look even better than andesite. Let's have a think about that. We've got all of these casings, like across the middle maybe? Across the middle it would look pretty cool, I've got to admit. I'm also just wondering if we could do something different in the very middle. That's not what I want. I think what I want is just some of that. Or what if it were like this one in the middle and those on the outside? That's probably going to work way better. Yeah, I like that. We need a bit of contrast in there, right? Maybe some climbing vines. Oh, I haven't really thought too much about those kind of decoratives. Really sort of focusing on just this stuff. What other shapes do we have we can utilize to connect things together? We did talk about using fence posts, right? Oh, there is this stuff. Sort of just looks like some additional kind of clamping or clamping. You know what I mean? Just like it looks structural, which is good. Right, now over here, like on the other side, this stuff's going to go right up to this level. So it's going to connect like that. Honestly, that's got most of it done, I think. I think most of it's there now. It's just this bottom bit, like, we need something there that looks way more reasonable. And I don't know what it is. Anyway, I'm pretty stoked with everything we've got here. I only need to build half of this. I don't actually need to build the other side, so the way we're going to use world edit and stuff, I should probably just pinch this block too, throw the occasional one of those in. Actually, I'll do that pass after, I think. So now we're kind of really getting at it. Yeah, and then maybe at the last bit it does actually leave this here. And we put something purely for the sake of... So it looks like, I don't know, something different's going... Oh, we could have... I did say I want to have, like, shafts in here originally. Like, I was thinking these might be shafts, but that looks so much better, doesn't it? I reckon we could even change the andesite casing to a different material that might look better. Should we give that a try? We've got to create andesite casing. But what do we replace it with? You know, just have a look. See, it's got too much of that edge. The edge is nice, but it's like everywhere. Brass stuff. Okay, let's go. Huh. Oh my word, I can't seem to press the right keys half the time. Same sort of issue. Lava source block, sure. Some good old stone variations. I really wanted to make it wooden, like that was the thing I had in my head. It just hasn't quite panned out that way, has it? I mean, we haven't tried... We haven't tried that. The thing I found with building though in this game is that so often like your vision isn't quite perfect. Like you never quite perfectly get at what you had in your mind. And maybe that's okay. It's kind of weird how like some of it gets to be a bit longer than the other. I think you need to use something that has stairs and slabs. I agree, we just haven't... I don't know what that texture is, right? I don't think it's any of that stuff. I really want it to be wooden. We tried Scorchia. I mean, I'd be happy to build something with stone. There's so many cool textures in here. There's so many ways of building something really nice. But what I have in my mind's eye is something wooden. And I think maybe at this point we'll just stick with that because we're not here forever, right? We're not here on this earth forever. Oh, getting deep, are ya? Jeez. Actually, let's put the stone back, and we're gonna select from here to there, and then I'm gonna Where am I gonna stand to do this? I'm gonna stand here. So we start with the 180 rotate and paste. Ooh, now let's just check the alignment here. We're over by 2 blocks. It should be the same. It is the same, so this should go flawlessly, right? I think. It did, but I forgot a really important step, which is to 1, 2, 3, 4. Try again. What is truly perfect? Nothing is. Yeah, that's true. It's true. It's just the more you build, the better you get at creating more of what you see in your head. Well done. I think also what helps with being more experienced with building is just knowing the blocks a little better too. I think that goes a long way. Right, so now comes the hard part, which is where we flip this thing. I never know quite what's happening with this. So we're just going to like wing it a bit and see what happens. Also, do you know what I never really do but should? This. See it more happening live in action. So it didn't actually change anything, funny enough. Still hasn't changed anything. Now why would that be? Does flip? I'm sure flip works with numbers. Oh! Well, it did what I wanted it to. There we go. So now we come over here. Lovely. Okay. I can see where over here we got some hangovers from what was left behind. This is a bit that I missed. I do feel like you want to see a little more something over here. Did it actually? No, I just flew up a little as I came over. It needs just some blocks to make it feel like it's a little more connected to the wall. Maybe those metal girders and brackets and things like that, so... That's kind of good. Why won't you stay? Because you're not actually connected to anything, are you? Huh. I think that might work. Depends where and how we use them, I think. Yeah, because I feel like that looks a little obnoxious, whereas if we put it here, it doesn't stick out as much. It's subtle, but I think it helps. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, I'll be frank and I'll say it's not quite what I envisioned. I think I could still modify this thing. I think what I want... Yeah, I'm going to make another modification because I feel like there's just a couple of small things I could do that would make this feel a little more like I intended, let's say. Let's use that word, intended. And I think it might be quite simple to do. So I was about to give you like my assessment. How did we do kind of thing. But actually, if we shuffle it all down by one block... Right, that detachment from what's up the top there feels so much better to me. And then... Yeah, okay, I see where we're going. Alright, we're not done yet, But we've got to review what else has taken place on the server today, because the community is bustling. And we've got PvP games being created and all sorts. Huh. Did I overdo it? I think I overdid it. Is that right? No, it would go to there, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, so we've got that bit sorted. So I think we want to stack that up by 1. That feels good. Feels right. Could have included those blocks. And again, like... Actually, that's kind of cool. Wait, how is there an odd one in the middle? Somewhere along the way, we've managed to sneak in an odd block. This was not supposed to line up like that. Whoopsie. I don't know when that happened, but it happened. Okay, no worries. Because I think it's starting to really come together now. Could we put some little lights attached somewhere around here too? I think that might be kind of cute. That already feels a lot better to me. A lot better. Then I think what we'll do is just have all of this. Maybe with the occasional spruce thrown in at this level here. Do we leave a gap there? Could there be something in those? I feel like maybe seeing something mechanical would look kind of cool. Not sure what this is or why it's there, right? But that's not the point. It's a detail block. Maybe they could just go all the way across. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Do we have it in there? No. WE curves are always odd, so by using one you created an odd spot. Ah, Spooky. Solving the mystery. Solving the mysterio. That looks awesome now. I don't know why, but moving it up by one just felt so right. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I still feel there's more details, like buttons and trapdoors. It's starting to get dark in this room. I didn't put the light on before I started streaming. I looked down at the keyboard and it's like, what's going on? Maybe a stone button or a darky oaky one. Now, where would they actually be? I like the idea of putting them there. Alright, chat, rate my bridge. Tell me what you think of it. I'd see a doctor in case of Cogwarts, says Rock and Lol. I don't know if anyone's started on Cogwarts yet. But we'll fly over there in a minute. I could actually continue it and just put them there. Right? Which I'll do. 6 out of 10, 7.5, 8.5, a few 10s. I think you're being generous. An 11, well that's definitely too generous for me. I loved putting this together though. It was a really good exercise. That was a really good exercise in like building and execution. And it's not too far off what I wanted to do. I think it might be a little bit contrast heavy, but as we build up more of the surrounding terrain and link it, you know, I think it will kind of compensate for itself a little when it isn't sitting too far above the terrain, because we're going to have like the terrain come up to this level around here, right? And already, you know, it just looks a tiny bit better. Same thing on this side. There's the former tracks right there. It's alright, I guess, as Bear. It's alright, thanks. It is alright. I'm not here to make out my my builds of anything really. It's just I love the process and trying to improve. And that to me is something I haven't built before, and it does look relatively cool. In fact, the further away you get... Oh, hang on a minute. For some reason it looks better. X, your build looks better the less I can see of it. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Just wrecked myself. Come on, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Alright. Anyways, look at that. That's beautiful. So maybe next time we work on this project, I think I'd like to build some arcs using... Yeah, let's put down some ideas for future X to investigate. Calcite. No, not cake site, calcite. Yeah, these blocks, maybe some quartz. I think I would like to put something in this corner using some white stony architecture. So we'll have some arcs that create like an overhang. And maybe these will be the blocks that we use, right? I think it could be really cool, like an arc entrance, like a half arc. And then all of this gets punched out, so you can see the train going like all the way through. All of this would be gone. Could be really cool. Anyway. Physics only applies to cheese. I asked ChatGPT earlier today when I was messing around with it to tell me a lie about pancakes, and it told me that pancakes were made with cheese. And I was getting it to tell me other lies and things too. Right, so someone has started some framework on Cogwarts. That's awesome. Bell T taking the lead. It looks like it's close to the world border, but we've got some more space. That's really great to see. I don't know the layout of Hogwarts, but it's coming to the server. We've got these train tracks improved and sorted today. Oh, if who's this? NX, if you're gonna like build this, which you're more than welcome to, I just asked that we can... Actually, do you know what? It doesn't really matter. I'm going to continue the coarse dirt and rocky into here. Then it can transition to something else later on. And then same thing on this side. I want to keep the palette going over here. So, like, stone materials underneath on one side, dirt on the other. And if you look at it here, because it hits the ground, we'll just have a job of, like, rising... Yeah, we'll just need to fill in this short space here on that side and do that over there. So those are projects for us to continue with at another point in time. Heading all the way back to this area, I don't know if anyone's been working on this today. I haven't noticed anything obvious, but as you can see, it's looking very finished. There's just a few spots here and there that need connections and stuff. If we head underground, we've built with night vision the entire time. Wow, crazy biome. Here it is. Oh, okay, things have been built up. Yes. The PvP arena is shaping up, that's cool. And whatever this was, I don't think it's an archery range. Death counters, wow, 22 to 10. Someone's in the... Oh, they are making it happen over here. I was talking to everyone last night about using command blocks and stuff like that, but no, we're making it happen with Create, which is just in the spirit of what we're doing here, so that's super awesome. And it looks like they've replaced it with night vision potions. There's a reason I put a command block there. It's because you don't get fart bubbles in your face. So that's why I put down the command block. Oh, also I'm invisible now, apparently. Aha! Had a feeling that might happen. Anyways, peeps, I think it's time that we wrap up our adventures here today. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. I appreciate all your support. Thanks to all the peeps that give subs, to all the mods and the patrons. I'll be playing this again sometime soon. Not sure when the next one will be, but tomorrow will be Hermitcraft, so you got that to look forward to. I'll also do a riggedy raid. We've got the one, the only Pixel Riffs, who's probably on Hermitcraft, so I'll be sending you over to him today. But that's it from me, so take care everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.